Hello everybody, and thank you for joining us for the Fall 2019 semester's final edition of LTV News. On today's program, we'll be taking a closer look at a recent presentation by Dr. Yousef Salem of the Exonerated 5. From Kendall Hall, I'm Kelsey Haynes. Let's get started. Recently, the Kendall Hall main stage welcomed Dr. Yousef Salem of the Exonerated 5, formerly known as the Central Park 5. Dr. Salem shared his personal story and hosted a Q&A session following his keynote. This event, hosted by the Office of Institutional Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, included Dr. Salem's life story, current activism, and hopes for the future. The story of the Exonerated 5 stems from the Central Park jogger case that occurred in 1989. This case is based on the assault and rape of a 28-year-old woman, Tricia Miley, who was jogging in a Central Park one April evening. As a result of the attack, 5 young African-American and Latino men were wrongly accused of the violent actions that occurred that night. These 5 young men were pressured to confess to a crime they did not commit. Despite the lack of accurate evidence and DNA testing that did not match any of the men, they were still incarcerated. Yousef Salem, along with the other young men, was sent to prison for a prolonged period of time. Yousef Salem shared what it was like to experience prison and intense trials at such a young age. Salem also shared the feeling of relief and unexplainable joy he felt in early 2002. In December of 2002, Mateus Rees, a convicted murderer and rapist, admitted that he was responsible for the attack on the Central Park jogger. In December of 2002, Mateus Rees, a convicted murderer and rapist, admitted that he was responsible for the attack on the Central Park jogger. After DNA testing confirmed Rees was the attacker, Yousef Salem, as well as the other members accused during the Central Park jogger case, were exonerated. Salem, after serving 6 years and 8 months in prison, was finally freed along with the other men. Today, Dr. Yousef Salem is the father of 10 children and is a poet, inspirational speaker, as well as an advocate for criminal justice reform. Most recently, Dr. Salem was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award from President Barack Obama in 2016. LTV's own Nancy Bound covered the event and gathered some interviews from those who attended. Let's take a look.
Hello, Nancy Bound here, reporting live outside of Kendall Hall. Today, Mr. Yousef Salem is coming to TCNJ for his presentation about his experience in the former case known as the Central Park 5, now the Exonerated 5. So through the presentation, he discussed law reforms, as well as criminal justice, as well as just social interaction with the community.
So I came here because I've always heard the story of the Exonerated 5, but I never knew too much about it. I'm missing on the details. And then after I saw the documentary, I kind of got filled in on a lot of the things that actually happened in the depiction of it. So it's really interesting to see someone who is, a victim of it speak in person and how meaningful it is for the society's impact and everything like that, especially having to do with police brutality and whatnot.
So I came here because I saw the documentary When They See Us, and being a Hispanic woman, it really impacted me that things like that happen and still happen today. So I was just really inspired by Yousef's story, and I just wanted to hear him talk.
Previously, before When They See Us on Netflix, I actually had a grandmother who was part of the police, unfortunately, within my hometown. And she educated me on some of the past stories that seemed unfair and unruly to certain individuals of my skin color or of others back during that time period.
Something that resonated with me was definitely how he talked about how difficult it can be and how times can get really hard, but to just always stand up after them. And it was really motivating and inspiring to hear him say that.
Through that whole experience, I think to be physically present and feel his presence in the room, I feel like anybody should have been there just to see that, let alone and feel that.
Thank you for joining us, and as always, we remind you to check out our Instagram, our Twitter, and our YouTube channel, Lions TV.
As you can see, Dr. Yousef Salem's experiences as a member of the Exonerated 5 highlights the modern discourse on race, the criminal justice system, and the impact of mass media on society. That does it for the 2019 fall semester of LTV News. Be sure to check back in the spring for future episodes and updates. If you're interested in joining LTV, email us at ltv@tcnj.edu, and be sure to find our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. From all of us here at Lions Television, I'm Kelsey Haynes. See you next time.